Take it off. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. I've noticed some people already have the subliminal message in the title. It doesn't actually say gOtObEd, or gOtObEd. It says go to bed. And that's more of a subliminal message to myself and Mrs. Sick that we want to start being more sensible with our sleeping times. Since the last, 2-3 weeks.
Longer than that.
Probably longer than that. We end up going to bed at like 4 o'clock in the goddamn morning. And then I wonder why when I get up to take the kids to school, I'm absolutely flipping shattered. So, yeah, you should all go to bed, like right now. So should we. But we're not going to. We decided that instead of cancelling the stream outright, because let's be fair, these can go on for a bit, which is definitely contributing to that. We're doing it for an hour, starting at 9, finishing at 10. Then we've got an hour, and then we go to bed at 11 and hopefully fall asleep sort of shortly after 12. Don't know if that's going to work, but hey. But for anyone complaining already, I say complaining already, everyone who turns up to these knows what this is about. But the people who like to turn up later and then bitch and moan that these are boring and stupid and pointless, yes, that's the point. That's why they're terrible. Anyway, hi guys, how are you doing? And also,
Do I smell weakness?
I want to say thank you to Sean Nanoman, who left a bunch of jokes in the chat before the stream even started. We started ever so slightly later than we should have because I couldn't help read all those jokes. They are pretty funny. I liked them. Right. Yeah, and thank you for the number of people who've just said that they like what I do. Like 3 people in a row. It's weird. I mean, a lot of you know how I feel about compliments. I don't take them very well. But yeah, what's going on with you people? This stream is so boring and stupid, and I love it. Yes, it is precisely for you and people like you. Just got a Woody. You're welcome, Sean. I have that effect on all humans, male or female. They all just get stiff as fuck. Hey, so what happened to the measles is okay vid? Did it get taken down? It got demonetized and it got yellow symboled. When I first published it, it was left alone. Sometimes when vids they'll be up for a while and then they'll get hit. And so the magical trick with YouTube is if it's not getting 1,000 views a week, which is what it's supposed to do, if you unlist it and then request review, it gets reviewed in like a day. Whereas if you request it and it just takes ages, then yeah, if a video has been out for more than about a week, it doesn't get a huge amount of views anymore, unless it randomly takes off like some of them have. But yeah, it's I think it's back up. But if I haven't put it back up, I will try and do that after I've done the stream. Is sick and not in the non-well way. I am sick as fuck. It's our favorite medieval week. I listen to you while I knit.
Okay.
How often do I get demonetized? It varies month to month. Sometimes it's like every goddamn video, and what I tend to do is I try and get my videos up before Saturday, certainly done by then. And if I put them up and they don't get struck at all, I publish sometimes shortly after, but usually Saturday evening. That's sort of my plans. He thinks conspiracy cats need a wrench. Well, you're going to need more money than that, aren't you? Yeah, so I let that happen, but sometimes they get hit afterwards. Whenever I publish and they immediately get hit, it is the most fucking annoying thing in the universe, but I just tend to leave the videos up. I'm a little bit say la vie about that. You know, because I don't want to publish something and then say, oh, to all the people who are going to watch this, you know, fuck you. You know, leave it up, see what happens. Sometimes they get permanently done. It's quite unusual for them to get permanently done. I think I'm pretty much a good boy. The weirdest videos get full on done. I don't understand.
Thank you, Magus.
I've made a huge long scarf and some booties fueled by your fits.
Aww.
Send them to me.
I will wear them.
The magical trick on YouTube is having dyed hair, play children games, scream, and make money. Also, it's well known in the PC community that an RGB keyboard gets you 609 plus 619 views a month. I do have an RGB keyboard.
That explains 619 views a month then.
Yeah, that's the exact amount of views I get. Wait, no. Oh my god, Lord of the Sick is live. On what grounds have you demonetized, though? You are not offensive. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I used to be worse, but I have much, much worse videos with lots and lots of C's and F's and blinds. And, you know, I started slowing down on that. You know, I want my videos to make money. You know, can't help myself. But I think it's sort of a good thing in a way because it encourages me to find other ways to be humorous. And I also think that cut short fucks and the like are funny. I think that is a funny joke to me. I will do it as many times as I can get away with. But yeah, there are no grounds for why you're getting demonetized. That's not how YouTube works. YouTube doesn't tell you.
They try and keep it as vague as possible so
they
can just
don't keep it vague. They don't fucking tell you at all.
Like, they'll say, okay, the rules are you can't be offensive. And then that's it. They'll leave it at that. And you're like, you have to kind of like a guessing game of deciding, well, what do they find offensive?
The rules are vague. But at the end of the day, they don't tell you which rule you broke. They don't tell you anything.
Like, one of the major ones that loads of people got pissed off about was showing footage of violent events, like bombs going off and things like that. So people who were doing news stuff couldn't do it. And including... You couldn't do stuff that was showing natural disasters.
Larry Townsend loves you. Someone had to. Yeah. No, I'm erring at you.
No, I'm erring at myself.
Fair enough. I thought you were erring at Larry Townsend, and I know I have good information.
I don't know. It looks like he's
a sexy bitch.
If he's got a beard, I'm sold.
How does one become handsome, famous, and good at the sex? There's a T-shirt for that. Go to represent.com/sick and you will find it. And no guarantees that it will actually make you handsome, famous, and good at the sex. Well, famous, handsome. I can't remember which way around it's supposed to be.
Handsome, famous, and good at the sex.
Because I'm pretty sure I used to do it the other way around, and then you made the T-shirt, and so I had to start doing it.
No, you've always done it that way, and then occasionally you'll change it.
We'll find out. I mean, there are recordings of everything I've ever said, pretty much.
I don't know. I only watch your new videos.
Yeah. Well, it's no longer about being sexist. It's now about giving us money so we don't have to eat feral cats or stray cats. I can't remember which I said, but yeah. And that would be the new advert. Needed to be done. But yeah. What were we even talking about? I cannot remember for the life of me.
YouTube. And
yeah.
Like I said, it started off with being you can't do anything on natural disasters or any violent events, and also that included talking about suicide. You wasn't allowed to do that, and then people complained that they can't talk about their experiences of being suicidal and how, you know, like they've grown from that experience and stuff, and people complain about that because it's against the mental health awareness thing. And and then they backtracked on that and started saying, "Oh no, it's okay to do that. You can't show scenes of that. That's what we meant." And it's like, "Oh right, yeah, that's my point about keeping it vague." And yeah, and it's just, I don't know. I think the reason they keep it vague is so they can just go, "Oh no, we didn't mean it like that." we're not dicks.
Mm.
You just misinterpreted what we said. Well, yeah, but if you told us exactly what you wanted, then it'd be a lot better.
Yeah, and they're saying like whole history channels can't show things like Hitler or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but the fucking annoying thing always was, and still is the case, is that YouTube's favoritism for established mainstream media is more pronounced than it's ever been, and it was back then that it really showed it, because people did like lots of experiments with YouTube trending and the like to find out what exactly gets someone onto trending. And if you're a YouTuber, you need to get multi-million viewed videos in order to get onto YouTube trending. But if you're some dipshit, even a tiny fucking news station from Podunk can get 10,000 views and get onto YouTube trending. It's fucking ridiculous. And it's, I mean, especially with America.
Like PewDiePie did a video, got the one where he said that he broke his balls.
Okay.
Yeah, he put it in his on the title was "I broke my balls," and that got into number 3 trending. And he was like, "How?
Why?"
And he was shocked about it. He's like, "How? I don't even know how that got on trending." He says it's quite because it's an embarrassing story as well.
Oh, he literally broke his balls.
Yeah,
Awesome.
And he's like, "Great! Now it's number 3 in the world about how I broke my balls."
YouTube, mature games are bad, unless of course it's just constant ultra violence. When that's fine. What is that invisible account?
It's just you don't know. Like I watched like Jacksepticeye stuff, and he swears all the time in it.
And he's Irish,
and he gets ads.
The worst.
And he gets ads. But if some like PewDiePie swears in his videos, he gets them demonetized.
That's
like,
because
and Jack says it's because he's Irish and it's a part of his culture. And if they did anything, then he just say that they're racist.
That's a very good point. Is it okay to eat cats in YouTube? It's okay to eat YouTube cats.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like conspiracy cats, you can eat him.
Jesus, you're early.
Yeah. And we plan on finishing within. Like, we might go over by a couple of minutes, but we plan on finishing on the hour because we want to start acting like
grown-ups.
Yeah, because we're both fucking exhausted all the goddamn time. Below dark start and above major malfunction. About 10 comments above this one. Okay, let me have a look.
What colour a stray cat is best?
Oh, is that? I don't think there's an invisible message. I think he just added a bunch of spaces. Is it all right to eat metal on YouTube? I heard about people eating glass on YouTube, but what about metal?
Yeah, that's another one as well. If the YouTube what is it, caption thing for how for the speaking thing, if they don't pick up on your accent and what you're actually saying, you can get away with saying swear words because
there is that.
Yeah, it doesn't flag it.
The problem is there's no alternative to YouTube, and the advertisers want to keep it clean, too clean. Yeah, well, you say the advertisers. It's not even that. It's like certain very specific advertisers. A lot of advertisers don't care. I mean, it's one of those things that I really should look into, and I'm probably missing out on huge amounts of revenue. But having companies do like proper sponsorships and stuff, it's not something that I know even how to start looking into. But there's lots of companies who love content that is a bit edgy. It lives with the brand. They're going to make more money. A company that's about stupid jokes and about having fun and making fun of people is going to have a blast being on my channel, but it's not going to do so well on some sort of kids edutainment channel. That's a big part of the problem of AdSense, is that it doesn't really know what it's advertising on most of the time. I know that part of it is specific to people, but a part of it is the problem of advertisers having kind of too much power in that sense. But a lot of that power is given by YouTube that they don't have to.
Conspiracy cat. I'm not from Leeds. People always trying to guess where my accent's from.
There's actually a guy on YouTube who was doing English content, but is now doing live streams in Hebrew because he lives in the UK now. He's probably going to get arrested if his streams were in English. Okay. McCat or Burger Cat? I prefer Burger Cat because I like a Cat Royale. It's one of my favorite, especially call it a sandwich.
Not a sandwich, it's a burger.
Well, a lot of people call burgers sandwiches because they're like
technically it is
psychotic.
Though. It is though.
If
it's between bread, it's
hot dog.
Yeah.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Isn't there a kids mode on YouTube? Yes. I got one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how to put it. Like I got one specifically, something happened to it, and they actually said it was something to do with not being child friendly on one very specific video, and I was really fucking baffled by that. And then they checked it, and it was fine. And I'm like, okay. Tuna cat sandwich. See, I love me a tuna sandwich. I'm a big proponent of the tuna and mayo sandwich, especially if you put a little bit of cucumber in it. That shit is amazing. Is cereal soup?
Yes, technically.
No. Cereal is milky crumbs.
Milky crumbs. It's technically a drink.
It's technically wet crumbs. YouTube actually overdoes the whole advertisement stuff. I'm getting like 3 unskippable ads in a right. I'm thinking about getting an ad block. Are you like getting
on the multiple ads?
Yeah, the multi ads thing is something that's like
a lot of them I don't mind because it does say skip ads, and usually have one at the beginning which you can't skip, and then the next one it says skip ads.
Which is taking the piss because the first one should be the skippable one.
Like, yeah, but it's like I'm not massively bothered by it because it's not that long. The adverts are never that long, and if they are over a certain amount of time anyway, you can skip them. So I'm not actually that bothered. The amount of stuff that I watch on YouTube, I was like, it's something that doesn't really bother me, but I know it bothers a lot of people saying, "Oh, you've put so many adverts in your videos." And yeah, and it's like, well, it's not that much. It's not that much at all. Like I've seen other ones where it's like every 5 minutes.
Oh,
they're like it's a like a 30-minute one, and they'll put an advert every 3 minutes all the way from it across it. Yeah, that's fucking annoying.
I mean, I try to put adverts sort of dependent on how long it is. I will put slightly more because I've worked slightly harder on it. But there are people who just like put in like an advert every minute.
Every 3 minutes is an advert.
No, not 3 minutes. Minute, literally. There's fucking videos like that.
For like a 20-minute video.
For a 10-minute video.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Well, for a 20-minute video, it's the same amount of adverts per whatever.
I've never come across one like that, but that's ridiculous.
I went YouTube Premium so I could listen in the background on my phone. I then joined this channel, so Sursix still gets some of my monies. Awesome source. I don't know what difference it makes in terms of. I don't know if there's more value to having YouTube Premium subscribers than there is to advertising.
Oh, that's nice.
I couldn't help it.
Hi, blind girl.
Reed wench, why is my tankard empty? Your tankard isn't empty. It's right there. It's got like a
teeny tiny bit.
It's got a sliver. Oh, it's blind girl here. Hello, blind girl. How you doing, babe? And how's your computer? You got it sorted yet? Sorry, I'm just going to become a conversation between me and blind girl. She asked me to help her build a computer because she does her own podcast, or I don't know if it's a live stream or a podcast, but she wants to be to have a better comp for it. So I helped her out a bit, not with money. Oh God, no. She gives me money, actually.
The amount of but I'm going to say that the amount of computer advice you give freely to people just because you enjoy computers.
Oh, hey, Ed's here. How you doing, mate? We're only streaming for an hour today, but if you want to come on and chat, you're welcome to. And if you want to chat afterwards, we can as well. I know you have things going on, etc. Let me know. Adindro, you ruin these streams when you come on. Ruin. In big fucking air quotes. He makes me uncomfortable because he's a piece of shit, but I still love him. He's my doggo. Well, I just ordered the last part this month. Blindly got to put it together now. Can't. I was expecting you 2 hours from now.
Scares me.
Yeah, sorry. We're being sensible and trying to get sleep like good people. But I can hang about. Bada bing, fuck's sake. I can hang out for a bit and talk to you later if you need it. It sounds really desperate and scary. It's like, it's fine. Don't you dare climb those curtains, you little shit.
Sorry.
It's not Mrs. Sick. It's the cat. Kitty. Yeah. Oh, and Blind Girl, if you want some help doing it, I can probably guide you through it. If you do it at a time when I'm awake, I'll see if I can help you through it a bit. That would be an interesting experiment. Someone across the country, across the planet, helping someone blind build a computer. It's not that hard. I imagine it's a lot harder when you can't see. Did you forge her to close the fridge? The dinner is running away. Oh no, this is a house cat. You don't eat house cats. What, are you mad? That's horrible. That's horrifying. Now a cat outside that you don't necessarily know it's a house cat. It's not my cat. All outside cats are strays. That's a fact backed up by science.
Here's the thing that we did today, though. You bought me some sweatpants because I keep stealing yours.
Yeah.
And you also got me some boxers because I always steal yours.
The amount of
I went for really flashy, sort of very girly ones as well, so they're definitely mine.
But they're still boy pants.
Yeah, I still have a crotch pocket. Look at that.
She complains at me all the time. It's like, why don't you wear your thingy trousers? Like, you wear my fucking.
I wear your t-shirt.
You wear all my goddamn clothes.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've been looking for clothes and I literally can't find any new ones, and you wonder why I smell. Like, for fuck's sake. So I bought. She's still gonna wear mine. She still is. I know it. She's just insane.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is though. Like, men's boxers are really comfortable. It's like wearing shorts.
You got punched in the head by Antifa last.
Oh.
Punching blind people. That's pretty uncool. All outside cats are stray, but not all strays are conspiracy cats. Just the one, and he's delicious.
But Antifa, they're not a violent group. No. Fuck's sake.
It's a big broad term, and there's lots of people who consider themselves that, etc., and aren't that.
I don't know.
But you've got dickheads in your group. Fucking sort them out.
I wouldn't want to affiliate myself with a group that does that, though.
Yeah.
That does make a new group.
I mean, I don't affiliate myself with any of the humans because they're all fucking terrible. So, you know. But of course, my subscribers don't count as humans.
You can wear my clothes. There you go. If you could fit your leg in it.
Autism protests are. They were counter protest. What exactly were you? I know what you're protesting for. There was a whole thing where they cut out a bunch of people's help with autism.
Oh yeah, for autistic kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and so people turned up to that because fuck autistic kids. Is that their fucking stance? Because they sound like terrible people now. I'm heading home now. We could chat when you're offline, maybe. All right, mate. I'll catch you in a bit. Of course, I'm not human. I'm a pretty pink pony. You're pink. Get out. Get out of my house.
Oh, I've been looking for birthday presents. One of the kids' friends' birthday's coming up.
Oh God.
Yeah, he invited them to his birthday party, and we're looking for presents for him. and like getting a birthday card.
Well, I wanted to give him a shit in a Tiffany's box.
Looking at all these cards, and the girls are like, "Oh, this one!" And I was like, "Yeah, but it's got Pinkie Pie on it." I'm like, "Will he?
He's a boy.
Will he like that?" And he's like, "Oh, maybe not." And then, "Oh, this one." And I was like, "Yeah, it's got big girly sunshine on it. Do you think he'll like that?" And he's like, "I don't know." The kid in question is quite a sensitive boy, and he doesn't like football. They keep telling me, but yeah, I was just like, I don't know. It's less about the kid; it's more about the parent. I don't know how she would react if I got him a really girly present or a girly birthday card. So
she probably wouldn't care. She'd probably think you're a bit weird. But we got him a dinosaur lamp. Torch thing.
Yeah, it's like a torch and you put slides in it.
You shine it on a wall and it shows a dinosaur. Personally, I want it, but apparently it's not for 30-year-old adults. Will England win the girls' kick football championship? I have not a care in the world. Not that I don't care about girls' sports. I don't care about sports. Ew. Maybe a bit of tennis. I'm okay with tennis.
What about
strangely,
what about volleyball with girls going?
I just don't care. It's sport.
My dad.
If I want to watch some porn, if I want to jerk off to something, I will watch porn. Why would you watch sports?
My dad dropped when he came. My dad took the girls out today, and when he came back, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to go soon." And I was like, "Oh, you're gonna get your tea?" And he's like, "No, women's football's on." And I was like, "What? Since when do you watch sport? You've never watched sport." He's like, "Oh, watch football sometimes." I'm like, "Oh yeah, when it's women, yeah."
I like to see women running without bras on. It is my hobby. I just don't care. All right, Mad Skeptic, how you doing, mate? Pinkie Pie is awesome. She's all about partying and drinking. Sick we get along with her. Like, in terms of, I've watched a fair amount of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic because I have children who watch it and they are in the room, and so you just sit there. Like, I understand why people really like that show. I don't understand why people go fucking mental over it and like the grown men buy all the things. It's quite good for a kid show. Like, it's a good kid show. It's still a kid show for kids. Don't be fucking weird about it, okay? Sure, mate. Comes out as brownie. No. I'm one of those people. I can't stand
like the tennis one when the women start moaning on it. It's like, get a room.
Get a room with that ball. Pinkie Pie is hot. Fuck's sake.
Really? Oh my God.
I know a guy who wants to screw Rainbow Dash.
You should sell homeopathic whiskey.
I should sell homeopathic whiskey. I could sell infinite amounts of it. Create it so easily. Ooh. No. Stop being stupid. There. Okay. We've missed out on stuff. Well, if I missed out on you, you missed out now. Back in the 80s, I learned the words to all the songs in My Little Pony movie, despite never sitting down to watch a single minute of it. How even?
Like when the girls were really into it, you knew all their names and everything because you sat down and watched it with them. And I just stood there looking at you going, this is weird.
Well, we've already got two that we've been reminded of. We've got Pinkie Pie, we've got Rainbow Dash, we've got Fluttershy, Applejack, the purple bitch,
Twilight, she's my favourite.
Twilight Sparkle, yeah. And the posh one.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I watched Xena as well, and Hercules.
Xena was fucking awesome. And oh my God, Lucy Lawless. I think she's still pretty fine for an older lady. I would smash. Yeah. Oh, one of my favorite jokes ever is in The Simpsons, where they it's one of the spin-off jokey sort of what if story episodes, but she meets Lucy Lawless, or as Xena, And at the end of the episode, Xena picks up Lisa Simpson and flies up and flies away. And Lisa's like, but Xena can't fly. I said, of course Xena can't fly. I'm Lucy Lawless. And then the episode just ends, I think. Always made me laugh. Very good joke. Isn't Applejack an alcohol? I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, there is an apple-flavoured...
Isn't that Jack Daniels with apple flavour in it?
There's definitely an apple-flavoured Jim Beam. It's very clarty. Homeopathic My Little Pony. Just take the E621 servers and dilute them with 1,000,000 parts water. Yeah. So, no, we never did get the last one. Rossetti. I can't remember her name. There's the last My Little Pony character. I can't remember what she's called. She's the posh one.
What, Rarity?
There you go. See? You know better than I do.
Yeah.
You fucking
It's only because the kids kept going, kept calling her different things that began with R. Like Rosie. I mean, she's not called Rosie. And then Remini. And I was like, no. When the kids couldn't speak. And I had to keep teaching them.
I like the people outing themselves as bronies. Are you going to be the next Prime Minister, or don't you have the crazy hair for it? I mean, I have quite long hair.
See, to be honest, I would like to see a metaler as our Prime Minister. That'd be pretty good. So all the photo ops is him just doing rock on sign.
Yeah. I mean, I have very little interest in being Prime Minister. Oh, I'll tell you what fucking annoyed me. Some of you will know, some of you might not. But I did some voiceover, some VO work, for Miles Power of the Miles Power YouTube channel, the much more talented person than me. And yeah, someone in the comments said, "Oh, I wasn't expecting Cersic," and then someone said, "Yeah, oh, the guy, oh, he could be entertaining, but he's a bit of a prick. You know, he once said in a video that he avoids politics. Yeah, like, yeah, I realize, you know, you're going to point things out and you don't actually know about it. Willful ignorance. No, knob chops. I avoid talking about politics now because people go fucking insane about it. And there's either people on one side who are just emotionally invested in one side of the argument and people on the other side emotionally invested in the other side of the argument, saying things that are all bullshit or very difficult to say this is the fact. And so I just got fucking sick of that. So, you know, I stopped talking about it. But that meaning that I'm willfully ignorant on it, go fuck yourself, mate.
Yeah, but that's like saying, oh,
super pissed off.
I don't want to talk about my sex life, therefore I'm willfully ignorant about it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I avoid talking about sex, therefore I don't know anything about sex. That's the most stupid argument one could make. That one Bernie Sanders fan who's glad Trump won, I thought at Cersic is Undersecretary for the Generous Consumption of Whiskey on the Rocks.
Whiskey for everyone.
Generous consumption of whiskey in all its forms, in all its ways. I am not a whiskey prude. If you require your whiskey to be a whiskey and orange, which is delicious, by the way, whiskey and Coke, which is my usual way of having it, so I can have a lot of liquid, and whiskey on the rocks, which is a way I will have it when I'm feeling fancy. You know, there's all sorts of ways to have it. As long as people are drinking whiskey, that's all that matters. They just need it in their bodies in order to survive the coming apocalypse.
We're replacing blood with whiskey.
Yeah, the people who have just whiskey for blood will be able to survive when you know, the anti-whiskeys come.
And you can throw people at people and, you know, set them on fire. They become Molotovs. It's great.
Yeah, you use people as literal walking bombs. It's great. I said, I really love the sarcasm and tone you put in every video. Thank you. The only thing I know about sex is it's
sick cat for PF. Really? She's a piece of shit.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it works then. She's a piece of shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's just like every other politician. Whiskey, it makes you handsome and famous. No, t-shirts do that. Whiskey and 7-Ups taste like biscuits, proven scientific fact. I could believe that.
I might try that.
We haven't got any lemonade, though.
Sad.
You've only got your cherry Pepsi Max, which when you first had it, you thought was gross. But now you've grown to love it.
Well, that happens with a lot of things, doesn't it?
Other things you grow to hate. I mean, you don't know the way. We'll show you the way of vodka.
I do confess, watching my dad nearly drink himself to death with whiskey, I can no longer stand the smell of it. Well, that's fair enough.
I mean, yeah. Let's be fair.
I just posted hentai.
The whiskey thing is a meme. But drinking yourself to death, full stop. I mean, that shows more power to. I can never pronounce that name, so I'm just going to call you
Morpa.
There's a 2 in it. There's a fucking 2 in it. Pronounce the 2.
Morpa to you. There you go.
Is it more power to you?
Probably.
Now I feel sick. But more power to you that you've joined the whiskey club, regardless of its fucked up shit in your life. I mean, that was the thing. Like, I know some people aren't going to want to do it because it's, acting like drinking is cool. Oh, that was really fucked up. It's like, it's a fucking meme. Grow up. It has to be part of the character.
I don't know.
It made sense.
Drinking is just this value of Britishness, to be honest. If you don't drink in Britain, people look at you weird. You don't drink.
I'm so sorry.
It's like, what harmed you?
They act like you've got some sort of disease, not alcoholism. I avoid talking about sex because I don't get any. Yay! Yeah. What time are we looking at? 22 minutes, and I'm desperate for a slash, so I'm going to have to leave you for 22 minutes. No. Come back. Bye. No. I'll be back in a sec. One can drink without being an alcoholic. Can they, though?
No.
Actually, alcoholics go to meetings, so
Yeah, but you always end up having one drink and then going, oh, no, I can't have just one drink. I need to drink more than that. Whereas I'm like, yeah, I can have one and that's fine. Yeah, being allergic to alcohol sucks. Six Dad says he's allergic to alcohol, but when he came over here, he had a lot of whiskey. Our spacecraft was a form of extraterrestrial life. What? Oh, you're just talking amongst yourselves now. That's fine. I'm used to being ignored. Yeah, exactly. Alcoholics go to meetings. Would you do that live streaming thing with like Warski round what?
And he's back.
They're just saying words at me. I had no idea what that meant. It's the one that's just gone up.
Well, at the top, or just...
You're more likely to be able to answer shit like that.
I don't know. I don't know which one you're asking me to look at.
It's gone now. That's what you get. Too slow, bro. There you go.
Which one?
It's addressed to you.
Woof. Would you do that live streaming thing like Warski, only round Bognaregis without the need of guns or failure crying? No, that would involve going outside. I'm not a fan of the outside. It's full of people.
People are allergic to things. I'm allergic to antibiotic. Yay!
I'm allergic to
bullshit.
No, that's fine. I'm full of it. Yeah, people. The people. I mean, people have a go at me when I start talking about the Who-mans, and I'm like, "You think there's a person under this helmet? Fucking hell!" That is quite an assumption.
Yeah, you're just a blank face with a beard.
It's more of a tentacle for a head. I'm allergic to contrast dye.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked. Especially if you need to do it. And that's usually something you only find out after they put it in
you only find out when you're in an MRI machine or something.
Allergic to morons, yeah. I'm not a lizard. I'm part lizard. So when you made this channel, you thought it was going to fall flat? No. Because I started it. I started it without the thought of the flat earthers, but they just became yummy
you
bread and
started
butter.
it because things were pissing you off.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even start it in order to be an actual channel that went anywhere, but just as a place to sort of chat shit. And then it's funny. It's one of those things. Like I have an older channel that maybe you could find somewhere. I'm not going to give you any clues about it, but it's a gaming channel, and I started it with the intent of seeing if I could make a go of the YouTube thing, and it didn't really go anywhere. It's got about 100 subscribers, which were hard gained. Some reasonably well received videos. You know, I used it to practice my craft, but ultimately I fucking hated it. You know, I ended up just getting very, very lazy with it. But I was doing this every now and again on the side and really enjoying it. And then it just took off. And that's my main advice to anyone if they ever want to do a YouTube channel. Don't do something just because you think it will be popular. Do something you enjoy. Do it for the love of the craft. Never, ever do it to, like, you can hope that it, you know, I always started the Cirsic channel with sort of branding in mind, as it were. I wanted it to be a thing that was specific to me that people could recognize, but I didn't think it would be popular. It just was. 100 subscribers is already like 79th percentile of all YouTube channels.
Oh, total biscuit rape. God, that's
man,
still weird to me.
that's the first and only YouTuber that when they died, I was like genuinely cut up about it. Still am a little bit. I can't listen to like old things of his without feeling.
No, things keep popping up on mine as well, and I'm like, I can't. When I see his picture, I'm like, no, I'm going to end up getting really upset about this.
Oh, his missus as well. His missus tried to do some of his in his style of the WTF is videos, and she couldn't do it. She tried it like 2 or 3 times with different stuff, and she ended up just getting choked up about it. I know they still do the podcast, the co-optional podcast, which is cool, and that it keeps, you know, it's going to keep them in something. But yeah, fighting cock bourbon is fantastic. Now,
that is a right image in my head.
Yeah, it's that fighting cocks for bourbon is fantastic. A giant penis that fights you, a penis that jizzes bourbon, which, you know, kind of mine. I don't know. 3 subs here, yeah. I do find it funny when someone has no content whatsoever and like 10,000 subs, and you're like, why? Why would you do this? I assume some people just buy them. I know some people go around and fucking sub to my channel and blah blah blah. There was a big spate of comments that would turn up on my channel and in my spam box, which all said "I love you," and I'm like, right. And then eventually curiosity got the better of me, so I clicked on it, and it's like, oh, come here, and I'll click here, and then click here, and eventually you got somewhere that was monetized, you know, trying to get money out of you. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I don't think these were subs. I don't think they were sub to me. I think they just go out everywhere. I prefer wild turkey to 3 cocks, lol. They are both bourbon. I do. I enjoy bourbon.
I like the ones where there's this stupid advice is make a really successful YouTube channel have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, then delete all your content, put something weird up, and it looks like everyone's subscribed for that weird video.
Yeah. Just something completely fucking bizarre. And it's like, why do people watch this? Because people will watch that video as well. Like,
yeah.
that's the thing about having any subscribership, is that you will have a minimum amount of people. Like when I do something completely odd, like I think the best video that I've ever done, and by I mean me and Mrs. Sick and I, got to use the proper English, is Get a Job, which obviously isn't the same kind of video as the other videos, but it was never supposed to be.
I think,
but that only has like 10,000 views, which is quite low.
But I like that though, because it is sort of a thing that's always. Both of our families are very pushy in order for to work in the same way that they do.
Yeah.
Like my family are always like, "Oh, there's a job here. There's a job at my hospital. There's a job doing this. Why don't you do this? Maybe you should get back in. You're going to go back into work now, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I've already done the work scene." And
that helped me get.
I find it incredibly difficult to do. It's just not who I am as a person, is to go work for someone else. It just doesn't work for me like that. And it's annoying that people always expect you to do, the normie job, essentially. And I like it when we were just pissing our pants laughing, coming up with all these things to do with job interview things, because it was just sort of like a fuck you to all the people that keep telling me to get a normal job.
I mean, to be fair, that video also, pushed people towards Patreon. They bought a bunch of t-shirts and stuff, and they joined the whiskey club. So even though it didn't get many views, it was for. That was the thing. I knew the people who'd watch it are people who actually really like me, regardless of what I do. And thank you, Eduardo. It is slightly less than English money. I think €5 is about £4, but we live near a Witherspoon, so that's enough to buy a double whiskey. So it's fine. Thank you. Video of hours and hours of ASMR with cats in a litter tray or a litter pan, whatever you want to call it. I was confused earlier when I ended up listening to Glory Hammer and loving it. Not sure if it is the Scot in me liking a sci fantasy with the galactic empire called Space Dundee.
Space Dundee, that's cute.
I mean, I know there's Space Australia from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Welcome to Space Australia, Space Brisbane.
The amount of weird shit that does pops up, like I could start off with like listening to music, and then I'll drift off into a different video, and then recently it just keeps coming up with a Japanese YouTube channel that's looking after sick pets, and there's all these pets that are really thin and really like depressed and looking, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute, and they help them out, and I'm like, how the hell did I get into this?
Well, that's again, I mean, that rolls back into if you're going to do, like Mrs. Sick, one of the reasons we want to get our sleep pattern back on track is because it's making it very hard. Some of you know Mrs. Sick has issues, we'll put it softly.
Being a female, yeah.
Well, not just that. Even if you're a man, you'd still have these pretty much the same issues. But, and a big part of that is finding things to do that she can do without it being a huge difficulty, and also are inspiring and keep her going. And productive is what you want to be.
Yeah, but the thing with me is when I get overwhelmed with something, I lose complete motivation to carry on doing it.
Yeah.
And I'll just stop dead in doing whatever I'm doing.
Being human causes issues.
And
yes. That is a disease, being humans.
And just stopping dead in stuff, and then I just don't go back to it anymore, and I'll go back into my normal routines of just doing fuck all and procrastinating because I'm just trying to avoid what I was doing. and then I just feel like crap for doing that. So it'd be nice to try and find something, preferably doing maybe something with YouTube where I can be productive, but also something that I'm going to be able to keep at. Because, fuck getting a normal job.
Yeah. Where am I on the alt-right web thingy? As I've heard, it's been revised. Now includes Chapo, Trap House, and BreadTube. I have no fucking idea, but I am.
I would go with BreadTube for me because apparently I'm very bread-like.
I don't know. I wouldn't make any sort of claims like that when you don't know what something is. But yeah, like I've been called alt-right, but most of my personal politics are quite left-wing or reasonably lefty. I'm not far left by any stretch of the imagination, but I believe that we should have socialized medicine. I know, basically Hitler and all that stuff.
I went for years. I like with knowing what part of the politics spectrum I'm supposed to be in. I went for years not knowing what I was, and I was like, I get like most of my principles are probably more liberal, but at the same time, it's like occasionally I'm like, I'll have things on the more right side, and then I'll have things that are more extreme on the left side. So it ends up being, well, I'm probably a centrist more than anything.
Yeah, centrist. That means you don't have any opinions.
Dirty fence sitter, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, someone's speaking the Germans. Can't trust that. Not in a bad way.
If
I know
if RedTube is porn, then BreadTube is bread porn.
BreadTube is bakery.
It's just it's just baking channels.
So no. So sick for leader of UKIP. No. The biggest thing is
I could do voiceovers for retarded characters in anime.
Just the most stupid people, yeah. We're losing. BreadTube is Marxist, and he's been placed within the alt-right. Fucking hilarious. I guess because he probably doesn't agree with certain people, and thus must be basically Hitler. Yeah, the people who paint everybody as, I mean, it always happens. You've got some extremists, and they paint everybody who isn't them as the bad guys. And then people wonder why no one cares when you call them XYZ. It's like, you can imagine the first person that ever got called Hitler in an argument must have been fucking devastated.
Yeah.
And now someone calls you Hitler and you're like, really? Really? Hitler? Well done. You're a penis. And then they cry about you calling them a penis. Yeah, it's like I said, it's something. The politics thing is something that I try and steer a little bit more clear of. I'm not afraid to give my opinions on things. That's what these streams are for, in part.
No, in terms of doing your videos, it all just came down the fact that anytime you talk about an opinion on something,
it's just people lose their shit.
Yeah,
either way.
you're gonna end up getting everyone just turns into a freaking hellhound.
I can't stand the whinging. It just drove me up to the fucking wall. And when the whinging stopped, but there are still people who whinge at my videos, but they're so much funnier because I know for a fact that they are wrong. And then when someone criticizes me for getting a fact wrong and correcting me, and I can look at the thing and go, yeah, I was wrong. And then I'm not bothered. But then when I have some of my older videos, and one person will say, I can't believe you said this. And they'll just come at me with this incredibly racist opinion about black people. And you're such a fucking piece of shit, Sir Sick, for thinking that all black people aren't XYZ in this incredibly racist opinion. And then someone will turn around afterwards and says, I can't believe you're such a racist, Sir Sick, and say something that's completely opposite. And they've both gotten this from this one video that said nothing of what they're saying. And it's just completely fucking baffling. And it was too frustrating I just couldn't be fucking arsed with it anymore, mostly. So, yeah. Vito is constantly being called an incel Nazi because he didn't like Star Wars 8. He even did a follow-up where Disney asked the fans what side they said they were on, and BuzzFeed is called people Nazis. Yeah, I mean, no one takes BuzzFeed seriously. It's a fucking ridiculous place.
It's one of the things that pisses me off about it is like you get people who say, having a label matters. It's a part of our identity and blah blah blah. But then they'll go ahead and just call someone a Nazi for saying something that's not their opinion. And it's like you just labeled somebody, but you complain about people not properly using your labels, but you just throw labels around however you want, and it's massive hypocritical thing to do.
I mean, again, people, it just, you'll find the thing that you hate about one set of extremists is almost entirely true about another set of extremists, because that's just how they fucking act. And again, just couldn't fucking be asked to do it though. Who's a Nazi? If you like the First Order, who's a Nazi? Oh, you mean you are a Nazi? Oh, I see English. No, I'm not going to be that dickhead, sorry. I'm not going to be a grammar Nazi. Grammar First Order. I mean, you're not supposed to like the First Order. I like them design-wise. I don't like them as people. They are definitely cunts.
Hypocritical knob jockeys.
Labels are important, but misuse of it breaks communication and prevents reasonable debate. Yes, basically. People who are more interested in telling you what you are, as opposed to addressing.
I was just about to say, when people say, like, they'll throw out and say, "Oh, well, you're sexist."
You would say that you're a like, what's that got to do with fucking anything? And even if I was, would that make me wrong about this specific point? That's irrelevant. You know it's irrelevant, and that's why you said it.
You just want to make yourself.
Or you became overly.
Yeah, you get over emotional about something, and you just throw labels around, and it's just like, if this is the reason why the labels are just becoming something that doesn't actually matter anymore. You're making it lose its power because you just call everybody when you're emotional.
My parents get really passive aggressive when it comes to me not working. Oh, I've not got quite enough for this yet, but I'm saving up. And my parents will just go, well, maybe if you worked. I mean, that's the thing. And like, yeah, if I worked, that would be great. You're going to give me a job? No, then shut the fuck up. People who give a fuck about your finances when they're not fucking you and not paying for you can piss off. Unless you're constantly like, let's go. A relative had his parents, he had some dental issue and they paid for him to go to the dentist because he didn't have any money. And then shortly after, for Christmas, he bought himself a Switch, and they were really pissed off. Now, I only heard that he bought themselves a Switch, and they were like, meh. And I was like, why do you care about him buying a Switch? It's his money. He can do what he wants. And then they were like, well, blah, blah, blah. You don't know. And then they told me the story. I was like, okay, that's fair, because that goes under the, you're not paying for things. If you pay for things for me, then you kind of do get a say in what I spend, which is why I don't let people pay for things for me. I am not going to let anybody buy things. I'm not going to let family members buy things for me. I fucking hate it when they give me stuff. They can fuck off. I don't want your tat. There are certain family members who like to turn up and go, oh, we had this bag of dog shit and we thought you might find a use for it. It's like, kind of rather not. And especially since the fire TM, we've just basically, whenever anybody offers us anything, we say no. We like the fact that it cleared some space, and we cleared some space.
Yeah, we got rid of loads of crap.
Like, our living room is essentially bigger now. It's awesome. Anyway, I was a Nazi once, playing Return to Wolfenstein, very old game, was the worst moment of my life.
Night, critter man.
Yeah, and he makes a good point. We'll finish off. To traumatize, they still shout Achtung at random people. Anyway, it has hit the hour mark, so we are going to roll this up. And we're going to try and hit 9 p.m. GMT every week. If we miss it significantly, we're going to cancel the stream because we really, really, really need to start going to bed at sensible times and getting our shit together, because it's just no fun. It's no fun being absolutely exhausted all day, you know, and hopefully it'll mean that I can work better, make better videos. Mrs. Sick can get what she wants to
get my act together.
I wouldn't put it like that, but you know, just be happier. So yeah. Oh, sorry, mate, but we promised that we would do an hour, and that is what we're doing. So thanks for coming. Just listen back to it. Hopefully it'll be entertaining to some degree. We will see you all next week, next video, next whatever you turn up to. Thanks for coming, and bye.
Bye.